Welcome back, everyone. This is 2 Show coming at you with more Idle Heroes content. I was recently asked a very interesting question, and it was basically, what are the best support heroes that I should be focusing on? I'm early game, and I want to transition to late game. The main focus was broken spaces. So, I figure we can jump in, and we'll compare my early game account to my later game account. And, we can just discuss what's going on, look at some of the heroes, and go from there. So some of you might have random teams like this. And, that's totally okay. You got one main damage dealer, you've got someone who might reduce armor, and hopefully you have a Heart Watcher. And then you just got random stuff going on. And that is okay. This team most definitely can work. One ticket broken space, number 1, I know that for a fact. And if we get lucky, we can even do the second one in 2. Although that's normally not the case. But, I do have pretty simple artifacts. I think I only have one Antlers cane, but it was given for free. And that's on Garuda. Outside of that, I don't even really know who's geared up with what. But don't worry. As we'll break it down, you'll see clearly a pretty large difference. And let's see, we might finish this relatively quick. Maybe 9, maybe even 8 right here. Okay, perfect. So now let's transition to the later game account. I'll show the stats and then we'll cut right over. So feel free to pause if you need to. Alright, and just like that, we are on the other account, and as you can see, it's a little bit different, but we do have some of the more basic things still in the team. As you can see, we still have Heart Watcher, we still have Sigmund. Outside of that, it's kind of different, but it's obviously going to be a little different. We have Garuda. I did not mean to throw Amun-Ra in there, but whatever, it'll still work. If we didn't have Amun-Ra, we could probably have cleared that in a little bit quicker. But anyways, as you can see, that was a pretty drastic difference. Aspen taken off, as he normally does in broken spaces situations. So let's go in and kind of break down some of the do's and don'ts of early game. So you kind of want to focus on Heart Watcher if you want any PVE. And let me tell you, her Watcher mark is the reason why. So make sure to look at that if she's 9-star. I believe you don't want her to start with an active. Outside of that, you want her to start with an active. But just read the extra 45%, and then the other is 35. But if she's 9-star, I believe this is 25%. So you want her to start with a basic attack. But again, it really depends on where you're at, what's going on. For the most part, though, she's mandatory. And if you do have a Drake, he can be very, very helpful, even at 5-star. And the reason is, where is it? Right here. The defense down. He reduces target 100% armor, damage reduction, all damage reduce, block, and dodge. Which is important. You want that 100%. If you don't have that, Sigmund is a pretty good person. And as you saw, I was running both Sigmund and Drake, and you might be wondering. But again, I run mine for the burn. But he also rips off armor with every time he attacks, and he counterattacks, and he could just do pretty decent damage overall. So he's not bad, he's super tanky, and he inflicts a burn which pairs well with the Phoenix. But again, if you're not running the Phoenix, I would still kind of run this guy even if you don't have Drake. Sorry, my bad. Cruz can be really good early game, as he can weaken up to 50%, which just means everyone that you're, attacking, they deal 50% more damage. Super easy, just throwing him out there. He's not bad early game, for sure. And you don't want to invest too much in these heroes because they're support heroes. So for those, keep him at 10-star. I know that my Heart Watcher's E1, I made a mistake. It is what it is. But, for those guys, boom, that's all. 10 stars all you need. And then if you want to boost stats, Rogan might be the best. with this last one here. He boosts crit damage, speed, which can be cool, but not really needed, and then he boosts attack. And if they're assassins, they get double a boost. So people like Heartwatcher, people like Athagwa, amazing. So again, keep that in mind. He's not needed, but he's definitely a cool hero to work around. And he gives Bloodthirst, which basically means that they can heal themselves, which again, he's amazing. Definitely a cool hero to think about. Let's go. There's generally 1 or 2 per faction. So again, Heartwatcher, boom. Belrain is amazing. Belrain boosts attack for random enemies by 30%, and then she heals. Which again, if you have her, you already know how amazing she is. She is fantastic. Even whenever she dies, she's still healing. She's definitely not meant for attacking, even though it looks like she has pretty decent attack. She's not that strong, but that's not her goal. Her goal is to help boost other heroes. And again, with healing, it's very important in the later broken spaces, which you'll kind of see that as a trend. But I would 100% recommend those guys as the main people that you should focus on. And if you're like, I can't get any of those copies, what do I do? Don't worry, there's always random guys that I have seen. We'll start with one of my favorites. Where is he? I am in the wrong faction. As soon as this loads, Emily works. She is amazing. But again, I wouldn't focus on her too crazy. And then you got someone like Rosa. He's probably one of my favorites, just looks-wise. He doesn't help all that much. And then here, you really only have Cruz, but Cruz is pretty good. Here, you only really have Drake for support. Obviously, Amon-Ra could help, but she's mostly like a healer, damage. And then in this last faction, we have Gustin. So there, we just picked one from every faction. And then light, I would say, could be Gurk. But, from the main 4 factions, these guys can all help support your team, keep them alive, boost stats, boost attack. And, they all do it in different ways. So make sure to read, crazy into their stats. I didn't want to, make this video 20-30 minutes. But I just wanted to give small examples of support heroes. And again, most of these guys, focus your main damage dealers first. Focus 2 or 3, and then start leveling these guys up. You could keep them at 6, 9 stars, fine. 10 stars, cool. But again, just a quick little reminder. You can literally go to any faction, and there is someone there for you. It doesn't really matter. Again, glance through it. I know that we didn't click on Gurk, so we'll click on him. He heals. He boosts holy damage. He boosts attack. He does so many awesome things. Again, I hope that those kind of helped you. And then now let's talk about why you would want that. So again, you got your main damage dealer. As you saw, Aspen went off. Garuda went off. But, if we start going to broken spaces 6 and 7 and they get CC'd or shut down, you're going to want someone who can help, and Gustin is really good at getting rid of CC. Amon-Ra and Belrain are really good at keeping you alive. And then you got people like Rogan who can boost attack. You got people like Drake who completely obliterate all their armor. Which honestly, I think he's one of the more important people, but Heartwatcher is the most important, I would say, 100%. She increases everyone's damage up to 300%. Which that says it all right there. And again, if you're on a budget, get a 5-star Sigmund. Boom, perfect. Get a 5-star Heartwatcher. That's pretty good support early game. And if you don't have those, you're going to see a pretty drastic increase in damage straight off the gate. So I hope that helps. Again, I would say focus on your main damage dealer, maybe a healer, and then support people. But some people pair as support and healers, such as Belrain or even Gurk, but that's kind of, situational for some of them. But I hope that helped a little bit, and I hope that you guys learned something or just enjoyed hearing my voice. But again, for the most part, there's so many ways to go for support. It depends on what you need and what you're wanting. So again, look into those people that we listed today, and check out their descriptions and their stats. But anyways, guys, that is going to wrap up about everything. Yeah, just like that, we just nuked. So I hope you guys all have a good one, and I hope to see you all in the future videos. Have a good one, and take care.